status. Well, Jamal, I got here as soon as I could, my darling. I drove all the way from Phoenix, Arizona to lovely Vancouver, Washington, just for you, my dear friend.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes, so tell me, what's going on in your life?
Well, since last time we spoke, I realized that it was just the surface of what I really needed to deal with. I have a long-running abandonment issues with my dad, and since I've confronted those issues in him, well, I told him, I felt abandoned and how it made me feel in my life, and then he turned around and abandoned me. I haven't talked to him in 3 years, and I just been eating mushrooms and smoking weed to not be depressed. It's actually been really great. Actually, it's euphoric and a lot of fun. It's actually the best thing I've ever done.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's been great.
Okay.
But very sad still, and I'm having mixed emotions, and I figured you could help me.
Okay. Well, yeah. So what you're telling me is your father literally abandoned you twice.
I mean, my whole life, but yeah.
We'll
just say
more
twice.
so like there was a first big abandonment, you got over that, and then you tell him about it, and then he goes and he does it again.
It was just like my whole life he abandoned me, and then I was like, hey, I just realized it, and I don't like it, and then he was like, well, fuck your feelings, and so that's where we are now.
Okay, so it sounds like most of your life you've been in what we would call denial. Would you agree?
I mean, I can't deny that could be a possibility. I don't know. Break it down to me, Doc. Let me eat some mushrooms and you tell me.
So, when you say mixed emotions, what are the emotions that are coming up to you? Maybe like the first 3 emotions that come in your mind of what you're feeling.
Well, I love this dude, He's basically like God to me because he created me, I mean, he's my creator. And he's like just like God because he like hid his face from me and like doesn't talk to me back when I talk to him. So and now I don't believe in him anymore. So it's just like God, right? Like I don't know if I should go to church anymore.
Well, I do think that religion, there's good places for it. But maybe you should try, maybe living more so in the way of the Buddha. Have you ever considered that?
I saw a movie with Keanu Reeves one time. He was Buddha, but I was like, this is racist, so I turned. So maybe you could break it down to me, Doc.
That's too bad. I didn't know Keanu was doing racist things.
It was really early in his career, cultural appropriation. Yeah, white people played other cultures a lot before the Me Too movement.
That is true.
What does Buddha say?
Well, Buddhism is more of like a way of life. People kind of think that Buddha is some sort of god, but really Buddha was a teacher.
Okay.
So, living in the present is important, and one of the things that the Buddha teaches, learning how to be in the present. You did mention that you were struggling with a little anxiety, am I right?
Well, yeah. I've been dealing with all this past stuff, and it's making me think about the future. Like, what kind of dad would I be? Am I going to be an abandoner? So I've been kind of caught up thinking about my past and my future, and it's kind of, stirred my Kool-Aid up. And so I've been feeling a lot of anxiety. That's why I'm smoking so much weed and eating all these mushrooms.
Yeah, I totally get that. I was a very anxious, young, hypersexual woman myself. Not saying that you're a woman, but
I mean, it's confusing times. Confusing times.
It is. So what I want to do today, maybe just start before we really dive deep, is do a little exercise to get you right here in the now and in the present. Okay. So if you wouldn't mind setting down your recreational joints there, so I can get you completely in the present. Are you able to disconnect from that for a minute there?
Yeah, I mean,
or is the addiction that bad?
No, it's not addiction. I need it just for my consciousness and my peace.
I'll hold that for you.
Okay. That's good. I'm good now. I'm perfectly at peace.
All right, go ahead and just stretch those long legs out.
Okay.
And,
all right.
Yep, there you go.
Sorry,
okay.
We need it popping. All right.
And go ahead and place your heart.
Okay.
I mean your hands. Sorry, it's been a long flight.
Okay.
Long drive. I mean.
Hand over my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Both hands over
both.
the heart.
Okay. Both hands.
And close your eyes.
Closing my eyes.
And I want you to focus on the energy in between your nipples.
Okay.
That's exactly where your heart is at.
Okay.
And go ahead and take a deep breath in.
Yeah, I feel that nipple energy.
And out. Good. Another deep breath in.
Yeah.
And out. Don't think about smoking. Just focus on the breath. I want you to feel the air coming in and filling up your lungs. Good. I want you to imagine that you're breathing in white light.
Ooh, yeah.
White light from the universe.
Right.
And then you're breathing out all the black smoke, and that's going to be your negativity, your abandonment issues, all of that.
I'm getting high as fuck right now.
Stop talking. Just breathe. There you go. Better. Good. Now, on the next breath, when you breathe out, you're going to say the mantra YAM. It's going to sound like this. YAM. That's going to open up your heart chakra, which makes more room for love, my friend.
Yum. Right? I'm saying it right?
Yum.
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 Yum. So it's like 5 M's. Yum.
Yes, good. All right.
That was too many M's. Yeah.
See, what you're doing right now, Jamal, is you're thinking too much.
They tell me that all the time.
The point of the exercise, the point of the meditation, is to focus slowly just on the action.
Okay.
What you're feeling in your body.
Okay, I'm feeling my nipple energy. All right. And I'm breathing and I'm...
Beautiful. Good. Give me one more there. Alright, now tell me, how are you feeling now?
I feel so much higher than I was before. It is really boosting my high. It's making me so much more peaceful. I feel like a group hug just happened. It feels so good inside. It's like I was saying yum instead of yum. It's like I had chicken soup for the soul, and I was like yum.
Good. Okay. So now let's get back to these feelings that you have of abandonment, and I imagine you feel probably some loneliness as well.
Well, right now I'm feeling like I just want some chicken soup real bad. I don't really, I'm not in the past anymore. I feel like maybe I'm still thinking about the future though, because I am anticipating eating some chicken soup. But I don't really feel so abandoned anymore or lonely. Maybe it was the yams or the mushrooms, the combination of the two. I don't know yet.
So maybe we already solved your problem just by doing a little mantras there. Are you doing mantras and breathing on a regular basis?
I am.
Are you though? Because I mean, I've taught you this such a long time, Jamal, and I just feel like I don't know, I'm not here to see you every day, and I don't know what you're doing in your personal life every day, but I feel like I've given you all the tools to be successful and to not have to worry about the anxiety and to be calm. And then, it's like a month later you call me and it's just like you down spiraled. Like, what the fuck is really happening here?
Well, I had a panic attack. I was watching TV, just a regular TV show. It wasn't like an action thriller or murder or anything like that. I was just watching SVU, Special Victims Unit, and I was smoking some really, really edgy sativa, and my heart was beating really hard out of my chest, and I started breathing real heavy, and I was like, wow, maybe I shouldn't watch this show with all these people getting raped or murdered. And then I changed the channel to like cartoons, and it was still happening, and I was like, well, maybe it's this weed, and I put it out, and then I thought for a second while I was sitting there, and I started thinking about all the abandonment stuff, and I was like, maybe that's why. And so I called you to kind of like, have somebody to talk to about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't feel lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, in the process of doing my mantras and then doing your mantras and then like smoking weed and then like eating mushrooms, it's like maybe everything is okay.
Okay.
Maybe I just kind of needed to talk to you for like a couple minutes. Sorry you had to fly all the way out here.
No, I mean, you're a great client. You pay me the big bucks, so yeah, I gotta come through for you. Plus, there's just such a deep friendship there.
Yeah. So about that money and friendship thing, please don't cash that check for like 2 more weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I got a couple more gigs I gotta do before I can. I can like Venmo Cash App, like 13% at a time, or you could just wait like 2 weeks.
Okay, we can. We don't need to get into technicalities right now.
So see the anxiety. See, I'm always in the future thinking about I don't want to offend people. It's because I don't want to abandon
let's
people.
Talk about this. Has been a common issue. I just really feel like anxiety is at an all-time high right now. You're probably like my 3rd or 4th client just in the last week that's had issues with anxiety. So let's dive in deeper a little bit about that. Okay.
I've been doing my research, Doc, and I found out that like 30% of human beings have anxiety, and so it's not even me. It's not even me. It's like just like 3 out of 10 people just have it, and I'm starting to think that it's my environment.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going. I'm so glad that your mind's being proactive and you're doing research. That's awesome. Because one thing I just can't stand is someone that's constantly complaining about a problem they have in their life, but they're not doing any research or trying to better themselves. So that just makes me have so much compassion for you, Jamal.
Yes,
so much.
You empowered me to do this. So
darling,
I'm out here researching, and I moved out of the big city. I got away from people. Too many people were giving me anxiety. I'm in a smaller town. I'm in a different job field for my day job, so I'm like doing more outreach and community service type stuff, and all that's changing my energy. And my relationship's going very well. My energy's there. I got an emotional support pet now. She doesn't really support me emotionally though.
So where are you getting your emotional support from then? If your emotional support animal is a piece of shit.
Well, I would say she's like a complete piece of shit. She like, she licks my hand and then she's like, I gotta go pee. And then I take her to go pee and then she's like, all right, get the fuck away from me. So.
Okay. So I love how you've done so many things to eliminate things that are triggering anxiety in your life. The move is a big thing. So what would you say is triggering your anxiety now?
I mean,
you mentioned watching SVU.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of discovering my triggers, and I'm only discovering the triggers through being triggered. And so then after I'm triggered, I'm like, oh no, I'm triggered. And then after I calm down, then I can be like, okay, well, let me not do this anymore. But that triggers.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry, you were listening.
I was listening.
I'm listening. See, that's the kind of stuff that makes me want to eat more mushrooms. I don't know. That's this one.
So, did you really just take one of those right now?
I'm trying
if you get nauseous, well, this is your house. I don't care if you throw up on your own floor.
No, I'm good. I don't really get sick anymore. I threw up about 17 times last year.
So you are paying attention. So it's more of like a process of elimination of anxiety triggers that you're doing.
Yeah.
You're saying, okay.
Yeah.
So what have you noticed recently? Let's go over what you've discovered so far.
Okay, well, I got triggered recently. I went to Jiffy Lube, and I was like, "Hey guys, at Jiffy Lube, my car's running a little funny. No, actually, my car wasn't running funny. I just wanted to get like a regular checkup. I was like, just let me get a regular checkup. I'll have a gig pretty far. I was touring Washington, and I wanted to get my car checked out. And they were like, cool, check out your car. And they're like, zip, 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 bang, bang, right? Car's looking beautiful. I go get some gas, and I'm like in the phone. I'm like on the gram, and I'm like, I'm about to hit the road, about to do some comedy. And I start the car, and I drive, and then I make like to the street, and then I make it to the light, and then my car's like, and I was like, oh no! And then I drive back to Jiffy Lube, and I'm like, hey, my car isn't working like it was when I originally got here. Could you guys check it out? And they're like, oh yeah, just so happens that this piece fell apart. Not our fault. We didn't do it. Totally didn't touch it. It's a coincidence, and you're gonna have to pay a lot of money now, and you won't be able to make it to your show. And so that triggered me. It didn't trigger me because I was still nice about it, and I was like, okay, everything's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna figure it out. Let me talk to my partner. And I tried to drive home because they told me it was a drivable car, and then like it wasn't drivable. And I was all the way home, and I was the guy driving 12 miles an hour with the blinkers on. And there's like 50 cars behind me, like, beep, you slow son of a bitch, get out of the way. And I'm like, it's not my fault, it's Jiffy, no. And I got all the way home, and I cried. And then my girlfriend was like, oh my God, baby, you're so triggered, don't be sad, we're sad together, we're gonna get through this. And then the next day, like, I didn't even make it to the next day. I went to sleep, and then like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up like, fuck Jiffy Lube. And I was just so filled with anger. And, so that kind of triggered me. Yeah, that was a little trigger there.
But why?
I mean, because I think mainly because I felt lied to, and I didn't have control over the situation, and 50 people were honking behind me in the car, and I felt like my life was in danger on the freeway.
So let's just back up there really quick.
Okay.
You said you felt like you didn't have control of the situation. So when you find your anxiety is happening and it's at the height of an anxiety attack or panic attack, is it because you feel you're not in control?
I mean, now that you say it like that, yeah, 100%, yeah. Probably.
So the real issue is you're a control freak.
I mean, it wasn't. I don't have control over my car not working. So I guess.
But if you could, you would.
I mean, if I went to mechanic school, I guess I wouldn't be as upset. If that's what you mean.
Okay. So tell me about another trigger.
Well, similar situation happened because I have like these really cool tires on my car. They're like low pro tires, and they like look like racing tires, and I like look cute on the road with it and shit. But they don't always keep air very well. So I had like a meter in my car, and it was like, oh no, your tires need more air. And I would fill the tires with air, but then like the light would still stay on. So I took it to Jiffy Lube, and they were like, oh, we'll fix that for you. Zip, 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 and it was like, oh, everything's good, we fixed it. And then I paid them $75, but then the light still was on. They were like, I just keep driving and it'll turn off. But then it didn't turn off. And so then I went back and was like, hey guys, the light didn't turn off. Could you guys turn it off? And it was like, oh yeah, we can turn it off with the scanner. But the manager isn't here. And I was like, but I called you to see if you guys could turn it off with your scanner. And you guys said that you could turn it off with your scanner. And now you're saying that you can't. And the manager's not here now. I wasted the whole day. And that's some bullshit. And it was like, we'll just come back another day. It's all right. Because I already paid and they didn't really care. Mm-hmm. And so it took me like a couple days and then get back down there and they turned it off. But I'm still like, fuck Jiffy Lube though. You know what I mean? Like I have a grudge in my heart. And now.
So it sounds like all your anxiety is coming straight from Jiffy Lube.
Right, basically, yeah. I should probably just stop shopping there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
why? They're overpriced anyway. They try to make it seem like it's like, the 7-Eleven of auto shops.
What I found out is like the mechanics aren't really mechanics there. They're like technicians. They're like in school to be somebody. Like there's like one dude there that knows what they're doing. The rest of them are like reading from the book.
I feel like there's I don't know. I just feel like you're trying to avoid the deeper issues of anxiety here because you keep telling me about getting your oil checked and
right. Maybe.
So is there any other type of trigger that's happened recently that has nothing to do with your car?
I guess it's mainly just my car. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been in like 12 car accidents.
Maybe we should get rid of the car. Have you ever thought about that?
Well, I just started driving again. I had stopped driving for a long time. I had road rage the other day. I threw up in the car the other. Maybe I should. Maybe the car is the issue.
Yeah. I think it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I don't want to like take the bus though. You know what I mean? That's like that's anxiety. You know what I mean? Waiting on it to come is late. So many people tired.
But listen though.
I mean, anxiety.
Riding the bus though, if you're going to go that route, is probably honestly the perfect therapy for anxiety because you truly have to go with the flow and live in the present when it comes to a bus schedule.
You got a point there. Maybe I'll just donate my car and take buses everywhere.
Yeah, and it will teach you patience and...
I did that for like 10 years though, and it didn't really work, so maybe not. Maybe I'll keep
Are you saying that during that 10 years you had anxiety then too, or?
Oh, actually, no, I'm definitely more anxious now.
Okay. Okay. It's a thought.
That's very deep. I think
that's what I do. I get deep.
Yeah, that was yeah. I'm gonna have to just like maybe do some yums in the car. Just like sit in the car and yum, and kind of see if I'll get my nipple energy going in the car and see, I'll direct my nipple energy in the car and see if like this is the space that I need to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it flow with my chakras? Does the horn like match my heart?
Yeah.
Am I tending to mentally?
Yeah, you're on to something, Jamal.
Am I on my parking brake mentally? Yeah. Or am I on the gas?
Yes.
Am I clutching? Yeah. Am I grinding gears? Am I stuck? What? Do I need a jump start? Do I need a new starter?
I don't know.
Do I need a catalytic converter?
I don't know, but your jump start's right here. Yeah. Hi.
I might need to go to the dealership instead of Jiffy Lube. That's what I'm going to start doing.
That might give you a little bit more financial anxiety if you go to the dealership.
Right. You're right. And I still owe you that money, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might need you to postpone that check for like 2 more weeks so I can get my car fixed.
Yeah, okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah, cool. I think so. I think that's going to be our time for today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very relieved. Thank you so much.
So I'm glad that we got a little deeper there.
Yeah, it was great. I really feel much better. Thank you for talking to me. Thanks for coming out.
Has that mushroom kicked in?
Yeah. Your face is melting.
Oh. So now would be not that I condone recreational drug use or anything, but because you so decided to participate in the psychedelic, now would probably be the time to do a little bit more yams. Yeah. Do you feel my energy?
I can see your energy.
Can you?
Yeah.
What color is it?
Whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, you don't know this song, 311?
I do.
Yeah.
I fucked the band.
Mushrooms.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jamal, I'm glad that you're feeling pretty good here.
Amber is the color of your energy. Whoa.
Jamal?
Yes.
Hey there. Okay. So, we have, our listeners that have been tuning in. Would you like to tell them where they can find you out here in Pacific Northwest.
Yes. Yeah, let me just sip the coffee. Yes, everybody can catch me at www.mrchuckleinflow.wordpress.com. All my shows are on there, my pictures, my videos, and my tours, all my booking information, my bio, my pictures. Did I say pictures?
Yeah.
My videos, my music, everything's on there. Check it out.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will be here in the Portland, Vancouver area for a little while. I'm trying to spread some love and awareness to, all the beautiful comedians in this area. I'm so glad I got to spend some time with you, Jamal. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more off camera.
Your face is melting.
Oh, yeah, is it? So, if you'd like some more information about Jamal, feel free to check out the website, www.lifecoachingcomedians.com. And don't forget that on Thursdays, we do therapy.
The session was great. Yeah, I feel relieved. I learned the new mantra, the yum. I got my nipple energy down. I feel very relieved. The anxiety might come back, but I feel like I have some coping techniques now. Of course I'll come back. This is the only therapist that I know that will basically do all the therapy that I need that's helping me and relieving me for post-dated checks. This is the best therapy for me because I could totally be like, I can't pay this. And she's like, okay, it's cool, because she's so sweet and she doesn't know that I don't even have a bank account.
That Jamal Coleman, he was just, he's been such a great friend of mine through the years, but he's kind of down spiraling a little bit with the whole anxiety issues, and I honestly, I don't know how to help him, but, the recreational drugs that he gives me on the side when his checks bounce keeps me pretty happy, so keep the friendship going a little bit longer.